All right. Good morning. Thursday morning, about 4:45. Got the first training session of the day done. Did a little light cardio, did some calisthenics, did some yoga, and just sat down here in the office to get a little work done before my first real training session kicks off. And today I am experiencing DOMS. DOMS, which is an acronym which stands for delayed onset muscle soreness, right? A fancy way of saying you sore. DOMS typically kicks in about 48 hours after damaging those muscles, so after the training session. I did legs on Tuesday, so this is right on cue. Right? This is right where it's supposed to be. And I'm having a difficult time moving around. I am sore. Which isn't really anything new. Being sore isn't really anything new for me, right? I've been an athlete just about my entire life. And I've trained as such for both athletics and then for my profession, for what I do now, right? A performance athlete. That's the way I have trained for as far back as I can remember. Well, I've recently decided to broaden my training goals and be a little bit more deliberate on hypertrophy, a focus on hypertrophy, which is an increase in muscle size, right? Probably more commonly referred to as bodybuilding. And training as an athlete and training for bodybuilding are really two different things, right? Size and strength have a relationship, but they are very different methodologies when training for one or the other. When we're training for performance, we're training as an athlete, the focus is on things like strength, speed, agility, endurance, right? These things that we need to be able to do to be athletic and to compete athletically. Training for bodybuilding is about the development of lean muscle mass and the reduction of stored body fat. So it's more about how the body looks than it is how the body can perform. So they're very different, right? They're very different. And this is a new venture for me, which has new requirements. I have a lot of new material to learn, and I have a lot of work to do, which is exciting. I know, even it's just an entirely different way to even look at it, right? Both training for sport and training for bodybuilding, they're both a combination of science and art. Bodybuilding is more of an art form, right? You're talking about how the body looks, the aesthetics of the body. Whereas a performance athlete, you don't really care what you look like. It's about what you can do. So it's a new venture. I'm really early on this climb, but it's also exciting at the same time. And it's got me thinking just here about a few things. One being self-awareness. Having a firm understanding of our current situation, knowing where we are and knowing where we're going, and being honest with ourselves about that. Being honest with ourselves about that is critical. We also need to be honest with the people around us, which gets me to point number 2, and that's our community. Those that we choose to surround ourselves with. And, this idea of being self-made is essentially bullshit, right? We are going to have assistance and or opportunity from somebody or something along the way. It's really just who do we choose to place within our community. And being very deliberate about surrounding ourselves with those who will educate us, enable us, and push us to make that progress. I have been training alone during the training session for years, and I really enjoy that. It's been my chance to just unplug from the world and just go to work. So what I'm doing now is it's outside my comfort zone, but I can see the value in it. Lastly is comfortable with discomfort. Being comfortable with discomfort. What I'm doing right now is a new kind of pain physically. It's a new kind of pain, both during these training sessions and then after. It's a different kind of pain, which I kind of enjoy. Really, I'm a glutton for punishment. So that's not too challenging. But what is challenging is being in this unfamiliar territory. We enjoy doing the things that we know how to do because we're familiar with them. When you step outside that comfort zone and you start doing something that's unfamiliar, it can be scary, right? And really quickly, we realize the value in our humility to overcome that embarrassment, right? Just that shock to our pride and ego, and be willing to put ourselves out there and fail and be vulnerable and learn, through those failures and through those mistakes and through those setbacks. So that's where we're at today, Thursday morning. Getting after it, excited about it. I got a training session coming up here in about an hour and a half or so. And we're about to take it up. Another level. So you guys will see what I'm talking about here pretty soon. In the meantime, let's get after it today. Let's have a good day. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later.